The new 2024 Beats Pill and the Sony ULT Field 1 are two Bluetooth speakers in the same class in size, price, and features, but which one is the best fit for you? In this review, we'll find out from an audio engineer's perspective with immersive samples, tests, and more. Let's dive in because this is Tech Today. While the Beats Pill and the Sony ULT Field 1 are in the same size class, the Beats Pill is noticeably smaller and smoother in form, which makes it nice to pack. It's pill-shaped, while the ULT Field 1 is more like a tube. Both can easily fit into the water bottle holder of a backpack and have a nice strap to grab, hold onto, or use to hang them on things. The ULT Field 1 looks like it could handle a better beating and not look as rough as it gets a little scuff here or there. The Beats Pill has a lovely soft touch, grippy silicone backing that is pleasant, but I can see it potentially looking rough if dropped a lot. Both have an angled speaker direction that points upwards towards you. The Sony ULT Field 1 has an exact sweet spot for listening to it. While the Beats Pill is not as narrow, it's actually wider, which is a much better fit for a portable Bluetooth speaker. The Sony ULT Field 1 boasts a unique design feature that sets it apart. Built-in woofers are visible and move around while playing, adding a fun visual element to your listening experience. This is especially entertaining when you fill the speakers with water and watch the sound waves in action. The ULT Field 1's IP67 water and dust resistance rating, a feature that is shared with the Beats Pill, allows for this. You have your typical button configurations for volume, play, pause, power, and pairing. Only the Sony ULT Field 1 has the ULT button, essentially a button to activate extra bass. Both have fast pair capabilities on Android, but only the Beats Pill has a fast pair ability on iOS. That connection supports Bluetooth 5.3, which provides a robust connection across a vast distance, which is great for around the house and outside. You can also use a set of each speaker to get a louder, more full stereo sound. The Sony ULT Field supports 44.1 kHz playback, while the Pill supports 48 kHz lossless playback. Still, I would say that lossless audio or sampling playback on small Bluetooth speakers like this is essentially meaningless, as they cannot produce audio that reliably covers the entire human hearing range, do it cleanly, and without a ton of processing. So it's essential to look at marketing lingo in context. I'll explain all of this more in the sound quality section. One of the most significant differences between the two speakers is their battery life. The ULT Field 1 offers up to 12 hours of playback, while the Beats Pill doubles that with up to 24 hours, which comes in handy because it's able to charge other devices, while the ULT Field 1 cannot. However, the ULT Field 1 does have fast charging capability that provides 3 hours of playback from just a 10-minute charge compared to the Pill's 2 hours. I'll be honest, when I think of Bluetooth speakers, my first thought isn't to use it for mics on calls and other things, but I hear that a lot of people do that, so here are some mic tests to give you a better idea of how they perform in different environments. This is what the Beats Pill sounds like in a normal, ordinary, kind of quiet room, and there are labels on the screen that will indicate what scenario that we're going through. By the way, videos like this are supported by viewers like you who watch, share it, join as channel members, and send super chats, so thank you. You'll probably use a Bluetooth speaker in a garage. I'd use it for that, so this is what the Beats Pill sounds like in a garage. If you decide to purchase either of these speakers, you can support me by using the affiliate links in the description. There's a good chance that you'll use this at the beach as well. I'm not near a beach, so here is a simulated beach environment.
You'll also find affiliate links to various services that you use in the description, such as Linky, Robinhood, and more.
And this is what the Beats Pill will sound like in a windy environment with the wind blowing on the microphone. How does it sound? Let me know what you think about the mic quality and its various scenarios in the comments. Sound quality is an interesting thing to gauge on Bluetooth speakers, especially smaller ones. Due to how close they are to your eardrums, Bluetooth speakers have small drivers and transducers that are markedly different from those in earbuds and headphones. Those transducers or drivers gives them a lot of flexibility or the ability to get specific tunings and clarity as their demands are different. Bluetooth speakers, on the other hand, have an essential requirement, which is volume. Combined with a small size form factor, you're pushing things to the limits, which has many downsides. One issue is bass, which provides a fuller sound. Typically, with a small speaker like this, the louder you turn it up, the harder it is for that bass to keep up with the mid-range and high-end, because you need a lot of size and space to create bass at louder levels, and that is no different in this case. The Sony ULT Field 1 has its signature ULT button that adds extra bass. You'll want to keep this button active at all times because there's honestly not a lot of bass without it turned on. The Beats Pill has more bass overall, which is impressive for its size, but there's a caveat. Both speakers sound rough at max volume, with a ton of distortion and shrillness. The Beats Pill sounds the worst at max volume, with tons of distortion, and suffers from what many audio engineers would describe as pumping because of a built-in compressor or limiter. It sounds unnatural and overprocessed. Unfortunately, Beats said they did a lot to reduce distortions, but they needed to do even more to truly clear up the sound at higher volumes. For those interested in how loud it gets at max volume and 4 clicks down, here are the SPL levels I measured for each. I found that both of these speakers sound best when at least 4 clicks down from the top, which then results in a loss of a lot of its volume as the distortion clears up and the sound is more balanced. The ULT Field 1 has a more mid-range sound that makes vocals more present, but also has a bit of a honk or boxiness in the 800 to 1K range, or the telephone sound, the ha kind of nasally sound. It would sound much better if there was more low end and the honk was reduced. The Beats Pill has a more scoop sound with a more present high end at the expense of a more intimate vocal. Both obviously have some severe issues compared to what I'd prefer, but these are also small travel-sized Bluetooth speakers, so you really can't expect as much. So which one is the best fit for you? Here are some questions and points that can help you better determine the one that you'd enjoy the most. Of course, there are affiliate links to purchase either of them in the description. If you want the smallest option, the Beats Pill is the one to get. If you want something that may be more durable or less obvious for any scuffs, the Sony ULT Field 1 is a good option. If you wish for the most extended battery life, the Beats Pill is the clear winner. If you want a more mid-range forward sound, the Sony ULT Field 1 is a better choice. If you want to be able to charge from your Bluetooth speaker, the Beats Pill is the only option. If you want the loudest option at max volume, the Sony ULT Field 1 is the best choice. If you want an option that supports fast pairing on both platforms, the Beats Pill is the one to go for. If you know what and can hear with the pumping sound from compression or limiting and it bothers you enough to be a deal breaker, do not get the Beats Pill. So which one would I choose? Well, neither of these Bluetooth speakers has the sound quality that I'd prefer, ideally. That's the inherent difficulty of making speakers this small. So there are always trade-offs. When I think about how I use a Bluetooth speaker, I value decently enjoyable sound that is easy to travel with and doesn't require frequent charging. The obvious choice for me between the two is the Beats Pill. It's far from perfect, but it gets the job done. But which one is for you? Let me know in the comments. Beats and Sony provided review samples, but neither sponsored this review nor had any editorial input or control over this review. This video is made possible by viewers like you through your watching, sharing, becoming a channel member, super chats, and clicking the affiliate links in the description. Thanks for watching This Is Tech Today. Until next time.